And no guidance this morning. Let's just do our own practice. And I'll see you all in 15 minutes. Okay. Now, very gently, please allow your consciousness to become less absorbed as you begin to arise from meditation. We dedicate we dedicate all of the merit from this morning's meditation and Dharma talk to world peace. May all beings without exception have an abundance of pure air and water, delicious, nutritious food, safe, warm, dry, reliable, affordable shelter, and comfortable, functional, attractive clothing. And with everyone's basic needs met, may we all enter and progress on wisdom paths that lead to complete liberation from all forms of suffering. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Welcome back, everyone. So, just wanted to plant another seed that, by the way, Don and Wendy, welcome back. It's nice to have you back. Plant another seed with regard to our Thursday evening meditation for everyone class, where we're going through the Ganges Mahamudra. And last night's class and next Thursday's class are going to be about emptiness. So those of you who joined our group as part of the 2022 How to Start and Maintain a Consistent Meditation Practice program, those who started in 2022, I didn't give formal teachings on emptiness the way I did with the 2021 group. So I've talked about emptiness, but kind of in a non-traditional way, referring to it as phenomena, as being made up ideas. But I would encourage you, Roberta was on last night, as was Steve, for last night's class, and Anne for that matter, but especially Don and Wendy and Diana, those of you who didn't receive the kind of traditional presentation of emptiness, might be a good opportunity for you to get that. The class last night and next week's will be on Lotus Center's YouTube channel. So if you want to check that out, please know that that's available to you. So, and for those of you that did receive the teachings in 2021, feel free to go back for a refresher. I know what was the case for me is I had to read over and over and over texts explaining emptiness and listen to teachings, recorded teachings over and over and over. You know, everyone has different karma, and it might take, less study for some than others. But I know for me, like the first time or two I heard it, it was like, whoa, that is just like so mind-boggling and trippy in a cool way. I have no idea what it means or how I apply it to my life. And then when I would hear it the second or third time, I was like, oh my God, have I heard this before? It just takes a while for me to for it to penetrate into my consciousness. So on to, or I guess I should say back to the Lojong. I'd like to read an excerpt for you from Transform Your Life. This, of course, is in the section called How to Enhance Cherishing Love. And the section within the chapter is called Recognizing Our Faults in the Mirror of Dharma. And just a reminder, the Lojong teachings are tough love. One of my teachers in the past said this stuff ain't for sissies. So if your mind kind of pushes back against it, it's completely understandable. So Geshe Kelsang writes, since we regard ourself or I as in sense of self, since we regard ourself or I as so very precious and important, we exaggerate our own good qualities and develop an inflated view of ourself. Almost anything can serve as a basis for this arrogant mind, such as our looks, possessions, knowledge, experiences, or status. If we make a witty remark, we think, I'm so clever. Or if we've traveled around the world, we feel like this automatically makes us a fascinating person. And he goes on, and I want to tell you that that section, Geshe Kelsang, I know is my main teacher, and I have a great deal of confidence and trust in his teaching. And that particular section does not resonate with me. Self-hatred in the West is a real thing. My perception is it is a real thing. And, it's not so much, I would ask you, when you, maybe not so much when you make a witty remark, to use the example in the book, when you make a witty remark, I think for a lot of us, our reaction isn't, our internal isn't, oh, I'm so witty, I'm so clever. Different way to look at this within the lenses of self-hatred or lack of self-love, those are different sides of the same coin, is how do you respond when somebody says to you, oh my gosh, that was so witty, you're so clever? Like, how do you respond when you receive a compliment? Yeah. Kind of push it aside, maybe. How do you, another sort of real-time rubber hitting the road test is when somebody gives you a gift that kind of you weren't expecting, how do you respond to that? It's a question that I encourage all of us to ask ourselves individually. I know I've told a couple of times in our group the story of the Dalai Lama who was giving the discourse, and the question came from the audience about what do we do about self-hatred? The Dalai Lama was addressing an audience in the West, and he had no idea what that meant. It was a completely foreign notion to him. And they had to interrupt the teaching for, I'm told, for 15 or 20 minutes while his translator explained to him what self-hatred is. Like the Dalai Lama, Geshe Kelsang is from Tibet, and it would appear that self-hatred isn't a thing out there, isn't a thing in certain parts of the world. My experience is it is here in the West. Another story that I've shared with some of you has to do with hypnotherapy training I went to a few years ago. It was I think a 3-month program up in Santa Fe, and we did these protocols. We did these hypnotherapy protocols under the supervision of instructors, and I did a few of we students practiced on each other, practiced these different protocols, and after a while, I saw this pattern developing, and I said to one of my instructors, I said, I said, there seems to be a common pattern developing here. This matter of when we get to the root of what's ailing people, self-hatred keeps coming up over and over. What's up with that? And the teacher just looked at me and she said, all roads lead to Rome, and It was just a really powerful moment for me. You know, these Lojong teachings are, they encourage us to abandon self-cherishing and to cherish others instead. And that is solid. Those are solid teachings that have passed the test of time. And I think we need to make room for ourselves to recognize that self-hatred is a thing. And I would just invite you to contemplate that as part of your Lojong training. And here's a thought that came to me about this recently, very recently, actually. Over the last few weeks when we have been going through the Lojong, I have used the terms self-cherishing and maintaining a sense of self-importance as being interchangeable, right? I don't think that's really entirely accurate. I don't think that those two terms are synonymous. They're both important. Let's go back to the example of somebody paying us a compliment. Somebody says to us, "You are really a good person. I really admire you." And for a lot of us, I think our reaction is, no, no, no. They don't know who I really am. You know, I don't deserve this compliment, right? I'm not the good person that they think I am. And do you see what happens? We're focusing on ourselves in response to this compliment that we receive. It's all about me. It's all about where I really am, rather than saying, oh my gosh, this person has this special view of me. I'm so happy that that is their perception for them from their side, that they're having this experience, this karma arising for them, whereby they see me as being a special person. That's great that they have that view. And there's a shift that takes place from me and mine, and oh my gosh, I'm not worthy, and my drama and the other stories that I've made up to myself about myself, rather than focusing on where the other person is coming from. So I think this is a practice of shifting our perspective from self to other, bypassing the whole self-cherishing versus cherishing others thing. It's about focusing on self-importance. Somebody pays me a compliment, I immediately focus on myself, self-importance, me, mine, I, how I relate, rather than, oh my gosh, that's how wonderful that this person is having this experience. I've been there. I know what it's like to have an experience and appreciation of other people's good qualities. How wonderful. So distinguishing between self-importance or self-focused and other-focused versus self-cherishing, cherishing others. One other thing about gift giving that, and sort of how we respond to people giving us gifts, please remember that unless we accept people's gifts, others won't have the opportunity to engage in the practice of giving, right? We have to receive in order for others to be able to give. And giving, within the trainings on bodhicitta, the path of the bodhisattva, giving is one of the 6 perfections. If we don't receive, others can't give. So it's kind of like us giving others an opportunity to give, right? It's really, really powerful. Usually, a lot of us, when somebody offers us a gift, we're like, no, 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 I'm good, thank you anyways. We just say, thank you very much. Thank you. And maybe rejoice in their generosity. Again, the focus changes from self to other, and we start to train in the Lojong, like real time, real life, where the rubber hits the road. Thank you for being here, you guys. Have a blessed day and a blessed weekend. I hope to see you all soon.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye, Jeff.